Welcome back to New Amsterdam Radio, the podcast for creators. I'm being joined by someone that not only looks great, it actually helped me look great. And we'll talk about that in just a second. Give it up for Andy Rossi. How you doing, sir?
Hey, Flobo. Good to see you. And thanks for that. That was nice of you.
Well, I kind of make intros as big as possible. You're a man of many different slashes and talents, so I have come correct,
Appreciate it.
So let me ask you this, first off, the question at the bat. When you go to parties and someone asks you, what do you do? How do you answer them?
You answered that very well the last time I saw you. Live entertainment professional is what you had said, right?
I do.
I'd like to steal that, but I haven't used it yet. Typically, I just say, I work in entertainment. And then if they're really more interested, they ask more questions. I remember on my honeymoon, I said that to a guy who's from Alaska, and he said, well, what do you do? And I go, well, I DJ. And then I was about to kind of like name what I do. And then he goes, you get paid to DJ?
Oh, like, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, you do. You can make a living. Crazy.
I bet that he's from the time where it's like there's like one guy, the family friend, who just brings his stuff everywhere.
Yeah. I'm like, no, you can make a living off of it, man.
I'm sorry. When someone says they're entertainment, I'm already assuming adult entertainment. Is in my mind in the gutter? Like, you strip for the weekends, bro? Like that.
That's true. I've thought about it, but haven't yet.
Yeah.
Day is young.
OnlyFans is up. DJ, actor, podcast host, breakdancer. I don't know. What don't you do?
I don't break dance now. I'm not a great dancer. I don't mind. I will go out and dance. I'm not great at it. But yeah, I could keep a beat. I could definitely keep a beat. Yeah.
Do you take your wife dancing or does she drag you dancing? How does that one work?
We actually don't do a lot of dancing. We did do for our wedding. We did like a choreographed dance, and I had all these ideas. Like, I'm like, yeah, we're gonna do like this move I saw in the Usher My Way video, and then we're gonna do this. And then I went to actually do the dance with an actual dance instructor. Realized I'm not great, and we limited it very significantly to very easy dance moves.
Yeah, that's actually a smart case because with the dresses and the tuxedos, it's the range of motions all crazy.
Yeah, it was fun though. I had a really good time with it.
Well, let's talk about the DJ things just quite a second. That's where we officially and technically met, but we were on two different passing ships on the night. You were top tier echelon, a guy everyone wanted to aspire to while I was just starting out there at a multi-op here in Southern California. What's DJ life like for you?
Yeah, I mean, I started DJing when I was 14. My uncle Guy, shout out Uncle Guy. He kind of got me into it because he was doing it like on the side. So I was always his like little assistant that would bring, vinyl records. I think even at a time there might've been cassettes. I think I might've, it was that long ago. But yeah, I was always into it. I bought turntables when I was 16. I wanted to be like this, club DJ mix master from Chicago. And I did do a lot of events, but they weren't, I don't think I got paid much. But I definitely was trying to bounce around and do some stuff. And then in college I DJ'd and then moved out here and just kind of needed something to do. Met a guy who owned a DJ business and jumped on in. And yeah, that was 2006. And I think pretty much since then I've been consistently DJing almost, every weekend, every other weekend, that sort of thing.
So you came in as a DJ and learned the MC stuff later on, or was it you just had both going? Or
I definitely did not have the MC stuff going at all. I never wanted to MC. I never wanted to DJ weddings. I just thought it'd be cool to be like a cool hip club DJ. That's all I wanted to do, and work at Zero Gravity in Naperville, Illinois. That was the goal. I never did get to work there though.
Shout out to Naperville, man.
That was the spot.
I was the opposite. I came from professional wrestling. I was a ring announcer. I answered an ad on ZipRecruiter to be an MC, but they're like, no, you're a DJ company. And I go, oh, okay, well, see you later. They're like, no, don't leave. We'll teach you.
Oh, nice. I didn't know that.
I had the opposite there. That I learned. I give them a lot of credit. I mean, there's a lot of things I don't like about that organization, but they did teach me how to make controllers work. Because I came from vinyl. I came from carrying your cousin's boxes and crates. And if you didn't have the song, you just didn't have it. Not like, give me a second while I download the song.
It was kind of great back then, actually, because you get so many requests now and you have no excuse now because there's Spotify. Back in the day, I'd be like, I don't got it.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't got it.
Yeah. You sure?
Nor do I not want to play it.
Right. You don't have Macarena? Nope. The biggest song on the planet? Not me.
Yeah, I'll try to do that now, and I'll just be like, the Wi-Fi, I can't get it. I can't find it. Sorry.
I'm gonna use that. But the DJ stuff is not just what all of you do, but it is something you put a lot of time to. And I know you have a lot of other pursuits. And I wondered, how does the DJ stuff, does it encroach in your time to do other things? Do you find a balance for it? Like, where does it sit on your mix of creative projects and endeavors?
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of one of those things where I've done it so long that I don't know how I would go through life if I wasn't DJing every now and then. Yeah, I kind of have to, I feel. But I've definitely done like less gigs as I've gotten older. I used to really do, I do like 8 to 10 events per month, back in the day. Now it's down to, 4, maybe 5 per month. So I'm trying to do less, but I think it balances out pretty well because typically most events are, on like a Saturday or Sunday. So Monday through Friday, I could kind of, do other things and write or, shoot something, or like you mentioned, do some podcasting, so it keeps a pretty nice flexible schedule.
Well, I mean, with those looks that you have, I can imagine you're putting your name on a marquee, a billboard. Also an actor, Andy Rossi. I mean, it's so true, man. Like I told you, you're a superstar waiting to happen. An actor, a craftsperson, if you will.
Shout it out. Shout it out. I need others to hear this.
To get the world your flowers, baby. And don't forget me either. I want to be on that like VH1 documentary. Like, oh, I saw it. It was great.
Well, that's exactly what I want, Flobo. Like I would love to like, take my friends and we get together and we all just go do a project together. I mean, that's the dream, is just kind of get all of the talents, all the Avengers together and, shoot something. Or do something, anything, whatever.
Sounds like a great time. Well, how'd you get into acting, my friend? Was that the first pursuit, the first dream?
I actually moved out here not really realizing how tough it is to be an actor. I'm just like, I'm going to move out there. I should be Brad Pitt in the next 2 to 3 years. Like, I had no idea. I actually, kind of funny story is right when I moved here, I wanted to find an agent and I didn't know how to do that. So I knew Brad Pitt was repped by, I think it was at the time CAA. So I called CAA and I'm like, hey, how do I be an actor? And, I know Brad Pitt is there. Where do I go? And I remember the girl on the other end was just like, boy, you got a long way to go. Like she was very nice, but was kind of just like, I don't know what you're saying. Right. Good luck.
Hey, you know what? I appreciate your gumption and moxie to go for it, though. I'd have like looked online and say, well, there's no answers here. Forget it. But you called him.
Yeah, I called. That was my first and last call to CAA. So
your agent now isn't part of that?
No, definitely not. It's very far from that. That's for sure. But yeah, no, I started acting a little bit in college. I was more so in sports in high school, so I didn't do any plays or anything. But college, I did a play and I did an acting class, and I was like, I've always loved movies. When I was a kid, we used to do like movies in my parents' basement. Like everything was like a karate movie. Everything was based on Jean-Claude Van Damme movies, pretty much. So we would do like these things in my parents' basement, like whether it's action stuff or we even did a Saturday Night Live parody. So I was always interested in like filmmaking. I just didn't know it. I just was like, my dad has a camera. Let's make funny movies, Yeah. And then when I got out here, it was kind of like, oh, wow, you can actually get on like sets. So I was like doing like background extra work and stand-in stuff for like the longest time, and got to be on set and see people like, I actually did do a film where Brad Pitt was there and Denzel, you got to actually like see it. But it's crazy when you're doing like background stuff just to know how far you got to go to get to that level. You're just like, wow, I'm like just a very small part of this giant production,
Right. But you've also found a ways to bet on yourself. Talk about Dead Body feature starring your face all over the poster. What was the decision to make that movie happen?
Do you see it behind me? There's my Dead Body poster. My wife got that made. Yeah. Shout out to Anna, who designed that poster for us. And then my wife made it into like a poster size, framed it. So pretty psyched about that.
She's a keeper. Like, I know she is.
Yeah. She's always been very supportive. No, I mean, for the movie, I wrote it and just knew it was something that I could possibly shoot on my own. And it was kind of like exactly what I was saying. I wanted to get together with people that I knew from classes and friends that I had that were also pursuing the same kind of thing. And we just went and I think we took like 2 weeks and just shot it. And now it's at the point where it's done. I really am proud of it. And now submitting it to festivals. So actually this week I should find out about a festival that I kind of fingers crossed I'm hoping it gets into, because it'll premiere at the Grauman's. I think it's still called, I don't know if it's still called Grauman's, but Chinese Theater in Hollywood.
Right. Yeah. Here's a dumb question. What is Dead Body about?
Well, it's mainly about friendship. These two guys.
Nice.
These two guys are like best friends. I won't ruin it too much, but basically one is kind of like successful, doing really great with life and career. The other one is, not doing as well, just went through a divorce, kind of living on the other guy's couch. And the guy that's living on the couch, he unfortunately, and spoiler alert, he accidentally kills someone. And so there's the dead body. And then he has to call his other buddy like, hey man, this just happened. And they have to figure it out. And the whole time they go through, all these different characters they encounter and trying to figure out how to get rid of this dead body.
I hope it's a comedy.
It is a comedy. Yeah. As I'm explaining it, it's definitely a dark comedy. It's not serious.
Oh man. So film festivals, it's going out now. How does that look like? Do you fly out there? Do you just do the little like pre-recorded, like, thanks for selecting my film? Like, what's the interaction now in with those film festivals?
I mean, any film festival that will have us, I will try my best to get out there. And if I can't get out there, hopefully somebody in the cast or crew is like, I've submitted some stuff in like New York and Chicago and stuff where I know some people out there, and Ohio. I think I want to get a film festival out there with Aaron Massey, who's been on the show before, but to try to get it anywhere where we could get some people there and hopefully get some attention.
Oh, that's always great. Dead Body coming to a film festival near you. And I didn't realize that there's such a need for fresh new voices in cinema. So I hope that you get to have a healthy run for sure.
Yeah, thank you.
But that's not all you do, bro. You do everything else except for breakdancing. We established.
Haven't done that yet.
We actually worked professionally about a month ago from this recording. Rich and Rossi Creative, with which you're a co-founder. It is I describe it as like a photography / videography house where you make normal folk like me feel like I'm a superstar. Is that an accurate description?
That sounds great to me. Yeah, I mean, it all happened during COVID, where my buddy Nehemiah is a great photographer, and we were both kind of not doing too much. And I always wanted to kind of let people know that he's an amazing photographer. So, and I've been wanting to learn more how to shoot, video on my own. Usually I always rely on a DP. So I kind of wanted to, put my, video brain out there and actually shoot stuff on my own. So kind of together with him shooting the photography. And then I kind of want to learn about photography. And then also I'm like, why don't I take some videos during this? So like for me, I just like take some behind the scenes stuff and try to get some personality across, which I think works really nice. Like during a photo session, typically it's just, you're just taking photos and that's it. So I think it's kind of a cool thing to have like some video going on too. So people can get an idea of like, oh, this is what's going on. And then also like get your personality. Like, I think your video is great because your personality comes out a lot in it. And you could be like, you could watch the video and be like, oh, I get Flobo. I get his personality. And that's kind of the goal.
Yeah, for those of you who are following the show on Instagram at Knew Amsterdam, for my birthday this year, at the end of June, I posted a picture of me on the steps there by Angel City Brewing. That's a Richard Rossi Creative, and I got so many DMs being like, "You single?" No, I'm saying so many DMs saying, "What a fantastic shot!" I gotta ask because a lot of our guests are entrepreneurs. They are business owners. They have side hustles, but it's not every day you have like a straight partnership. And so we talked about the division of labor, photography versus videography, but like, how do you guys deal with the admin stuff or the marketing stuff? Or is there a coin flip? Is there a chore board? How do you guys make that work?
I mean, he may disagree with me, but I think Nehemiah does way more of the work than I do. So I kind of, we always figure it out, just to see how much work is going to go into it. But typically I'm there, I shoot some video and then I'll edit it. And then with him, I mean, he's doing the whole photo session and then he's got to go back and do some editing as well. But his is definitely more time consuming, and people are reaching out to us for photography. They're not really reaching out too much to be like, hey, I just want a video, but they could. But yeah, it's more so I think we're trying to sell photography more than video.
Oh, well, why not, man? All the multimedia. I love it too.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of thought of it too, like just with shooting stuff. Like I kind of wanted to do it just to like let people know, like, hey, if you ever want to shoot anything, you know, you got a scene in mind you want to try, you know, as an actor, or if there's, you know, you want to shoot a music video, you're an upcoming artist, you know,
Yeah.
I would love to shoot it for you. You know, that was kind of how it all kind of started, at least for me.
Yeah, well, I'll get in contact with you when I have enough material for my next comedy album. You know, get my little
I would love that.
the gloss treatment. Well, as this company is fairly new, I mean, it's about a year old. You said, or a little less than a year old. I mean,
a little less, I think.
What's the end game? What's the goal, if there is one? I mean, what do you want to do with it?
That's a good question. Yeah, I don't even know what the goal is. I mean, it for me, it's just fun time to work with a, you know, close friend of mine. So that's all it's been so far. We just did a shoot with a bunch of dogs, which I'm a huge dog lover, and so is my wife. So I brought her along, and her friend has like trained dogs. So that was cool. It was basically like a photo shoot with a bunch of like cute puppies. Who doesn't want to do that?
Well,
I do that the rest of my life.
That's true. I mean, if you want to be around the cuddlies, but what keeps you motivated, man? I know there's a lot of people out there that do what you do, but you do your things very specific to you. But what keeps you going and being like, what's the use? It's just too saturated.
I think it's just my brain is constantly having ideas pop up in it, and I have like right to my ear. I got my little notebook right here. I have a couple of these just by me all the time. You know, wake up in the morning if I got any ideas. You know, if I'm in the car, you know, whatever. I just constantly have like ideas circling my brain. So I have all these like ideas that hopefully I'll shoot one day. But I think that's what it is. It's just nonstop, just kind of like, you know, I want to see this. I want to do that. You know what I mean?
So just basically the giant clear things off your to-do list is what keeps you going.
Oh, and I have so many of those notebooks laying around, and, you know, who knows, you know, I don't know what things will ever actually get done, but
well, I ask this for a lot of people that have like a multifaceted empire, because what you do, like, what do you do to recharge the battery, man? Like, how do you get yourself and sound mind to come up with those fresh ideas?
Yeah, that's a great question. My wife's always saying that I never like sleep enough or anything. So I think for me is just getting away and having like real life experiences. Like I was telling you earlier, I was in Chicago for, you know, a little over a week, and that was great just to kind of like see like family and kind of be like, okay, cool. You know, let me hang with them, forget about all the business and all that kind of stuff, and then come back and I'm always like refreshed. And usually it's like a book too. Like I just went on a trip and I just read Matthew McConaughey's book, and it was kind of like, I don't know if you've read it yet, but it's great. His whole thing is I mean, he's such a character, but you know, just his life is just, it's very interesting, just kind of the way it went for him. And for me, it was kind of like, you know, yeah, I just got to stay on the right path. And I think that's a lot of artists. You just kind of got to stick with it, even though sometimes it drives you crazy.
Are you a book guy? Would you write your own memoir or your own autobiography?
Oh, I'm not interesting enough for my own memoir, but I do like reading biographies.
Well, hold on. You can't go on a show as a guest like, I am not interested. Obviously you are.
Not yet. Yeah, eventually, yeah.
Like, why'd you invite me, Flobo?
I think I'm a pretty good storyteller. So yeah, maybe. But yeah, I definitely need some more experiences in my life for sure.
What's left? What do you want to do? Want to like see the top of the Eiffel Tower? Zip line?
Definitely. I've only been out of the country like once. I went to Greece a couple of years ago, and then I've been to Mexico. But does that count? I guess I've been to Canada too.
I think anything outside of Tijuana counts.
Yeah,
because you can make a night and come back and from
I definitely need more life experiences. That's for sure.
Everyone says that, but I think your life is pretty colorful because we're not even done going through all the things that you do. This is why I like being on the show Knew Amsterdam Radio, because we talk about creative people, and there's so many podcasts out there where it's like people are up here. I'm a CEO of this, and that's all I do, and that's okay. But to be able to embrace different facets of your life and have different hustles and different passions is great. Like this, The Evolution of Movies, which is a new podcast, but definitely one that I'm interested about. You and two of your friends to get together and talk about the flicks. What? Tell me more about this one.
This is for me, it's so much fun because this is what my friends and I do anyway. We just talk about movies, and Jack Farmer and I, and you're a big friend of Jack Farmer's as well.
Hey, I'm debatable.
Very, very, very easy guy to talk to. And I think him and I, this is going to sound ridiculous, but I think we thought of this idea, and he could correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we were on a bike ride on the beach and just talking about movies, and kind of were like, this could be a thing. And then I think I mentioned like, but you're so busy and I'm so busy, you know, I don't think it'll. And then we're both like, I think we could do it. And then he had the idea of like doing it where it's, because we thought about it like, who cares what me, Jack, and you know James Shippey's on it too. Who cares what us three have to say about movies unless there's like some kind of hook, some kind of gimmick. So Jack thought of the idea of like having it where each year we discuss a movie, or each week we discuss a movie from the following year. So if it's 90 this week, next week's 91, then the following week's 92, and really get like that evolution of movies. And for me, it's been really cool because we have gone through, like, now it's like we're in movies where it's like I was like 19 or 20 when they came out. So you definitely have like a different sense of yourself back then to be like, oh yeah, I remember this movie. And then to go back like, you know, older now to go, oh, that wasn't exactly what I remember, or it holds up. You're like, oh, wow. So yeah, so it's been super fun. I really enjoy it because I love talking movies. So being able to talk about it with Jack and James has been super fun.
I just love that origin story. Like I just think of the Top Gun theme playing while you guys are, or even the volleyball scene theme playing. We're like, hey, let's start a podcast, but you're busy, I'm busy playing with the boys. Oh man, it's great.
It's the best scene from Top Gun.
So wait, you guys been at this for about 2 months now, or time is recording, about 9 episodes. You guys are rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
What's been the feedback? What's been the shots from the crowd? What are they saying?
Before, sorry, when you said the volleyball scene, I just had to ask, why does Tom Cruise have jeans on when he's playing volleyball in that scene?
I mean, if you've seen his legs, I will cover them up too.
Okay, all right. That's fair. That's fair.
They're kind of stumpy, you know.
That's true. That's true. Okay, that's probably what it was. And he like checks his watch and he's like flexing really hard. Anyway, I should definitely do Top Gun for the show. But yeah, I think we're about 10 episodes in now, and so we're at the year 2000. I think is our latest one.
Yeah. What's that been like? What's been the feedback? What's been been saying?
Great. Yeah. I mean,
you have to lie to me. Oh, great.
No. Yeah. Yeah. It seems like people are really, really into it. The best comment I heard was that this sounds like 3 of their friends talking. So, and that's totally like my goal. Like I'd want somebody to just listen to it and be like, oh yeah, I feel like I could hang out with these guys, or, oh yeah, I kind of get what they're saying. And we're not, you know, bashing any movies, but we're also not, you know, we are pretty favorable about a lot of movies, especially like me as a person that wants to make films. I give it benefit of the doubt every time, be like, well, they probably didn't have the right budget and maybe this didn't happen. But we definitely shit on one movie, and that's poor Empire Records. I don't know if you've seen that one, but I had
never finished it, but now I think I want to, because that
was the one that we collectively were like, ooh,
yeah. What were we thinking? It's like going back and watching Too Fast, Too Furious. It doesn't slap the same. It just doesn't.
Oh yeah, that'd be a good one. I'd love to have somebody from Empire that likes Empire Records though to come on and just tell us what we missed, like
a bonus episode. Just
how did you like this? Tell us how.
Yeah. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Well, you do so much, man. I gotta ask, what's next? What else do you want to accomplish? I know you have the notebooks of stuff, but like, what separate pursuit? You know?
Yeah. I mean, the new thing that I've been trying to work on is a web series. Like, I really like the idea of just like some characters getting together and you know, hijinks ensue sort of thing. So I think that's the next thing. I've been writing for a while and have some, you know, people in mind for that I definitely want to get that shot. But Dead Body, for me, hopefully it gets some, you know, praise and people watch it and enjoy it. And then from there, I'd love to just, you know, kind of keep that momentum going. And, you know, I really like making movies, and I would love to keep doing that.
So I am not an actor, and I'm terrible at memorization. If you need a thug with a heart of gold, man, just give me a call, brother.
I was already thinking that. Yeah,
I will do the most stiff reading possible.
Oh, perfect.
To be or not to be.
Well, we got that's pretty good. I got Jack Farmer in the last movie, and he never acted before. He did a great job.
But look at those boyish charms, man. You two are just too pretty. I mean, if you guys have not seen Jack Farmer, please search that guy. I mean, blue eyes, chiseled jaw. Woo! You know. So about your creative endeavors, and I know you said you are you do have a significant other in the house, your wife. Is there kind of space for collabs in that way besides the occasional one-off project, or do you keep your creative things separate so you have more of a thing to bond with something else later? Is there kind of a division there, or?
She is great with, she's so patient with me because I always have these, I'm like, what about this idea? What do you think of this? How about this? She hears all of them, and they're most of them are stinkers. And she's always like, I don't know, you know. Right. But the ones I think that she could tell I'm like passionate about, she's super helpful. When we did shoot the film, like she was on set most of the days, like helping with you know, set design or, you know, makeup, you know, any of that kind of stuff that was needed. She was kind of jumping in there. But she's you can kind of see behind me, there's a little guitar back there. She's a singer-songwriter herself, so she's an artist as well. And I wish I knew how to play any instruments and could produce music or anything, but I just play it and mix it. But that would be a cool kind of way for us to, you know, bond. But yeah, I can't play no instruments.
And if I wanted to listen to the music, how do I go about doing that? Where is it listed?
Her music?
Yeah.
You just got to ask her and she'll tell you. No,
promote it, guy.
No, I know. She needs to promote her music. To be honest, she's got some songs on Spotify, but they're, you know, it's more like electronic stuff that she probably doesn't want me to tell people about. But you have to, I should, I'm a terrible husband. I should know what her YouTube is, but yeah.
Well, I would say this, when I put my name in Spotify, because I have all my podcasts or whatever, my comedy comes up, which is great. But then like it will be like the song I collaborated with somebody else will show up in there too. You're like, do I want that to be on the
Is that what I want in there?
But it's out there.
Yeah.
You know?
I have some things out there, yeah. Some things that I shot, like some sketches and stuff that now I'm like,
oh yeah, I saw them all. I actually watched all of your Vimeo. It was on
okay.
So I think it took me like a good 2-3 hours to go through everything. It was interesting. I know with actors, I guess the ones that do comedy, there is almost like a methodical approach to developing characters and putting them in scenes, like character projects.
Yeah. So I mean that's my thing. Yeah, character.
I respect the craft. I just can't do it. I can't remember stuff. That's the worst thing. It's one thing if I'm telling a joke on stage and I forget something and you can be like, "Wow," you know what I mean? But I can't be like, "Excuse me, Mr. Scorsese, I just forgot the line." So I did something
See,
else.
that seems more terrifying. Cool? Stand-up comedy. We just saw a show on Sunday, a couple days ago. But anyways, I was kind of thinking that I'm like, I don't know how you can do that. Like, just get up there and just, hey, be funny for all these people. Be funny, and if you're not funny, it's not going to go well for you. I don't know. This seems like, I don't know. I like the idea of like having a script and like having other people with me, and like if I fuck up, then it's like, oh, let's take it again. You know, we're like comedy, stand up. I mean, is this you?
The trick is not to be funny.
Well, that I can do.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like and I know this is not like a comedy workshop thing, but like I noticed when the higher tier comedians, I mean, like a Chappelle, whether you like him or not, Bill Burr, like guys that when you think of comedians today doing it, Sebastian Maniscalco, right? Yeah. They don't really have jokes. They have a story, and then they react to them in such an absurdist way. You go, oh, that's pretty funny. Yeah. Especially Chappelle. Chappelle can go on for like a 20-minute tangent. And bring it back to a joke. You're like, huh? You know? He's
unbelievable. Sebastian is my guy, though. He's from Chicago. I actually read his book. He's awesome.
Aren't you embarrassed? It's like him being upset, but it's hilarious.
Yeah.
But when you start telling jokey jokes, I think a lot of us, when we start out doing that, we try to do that. Then it becomes like you're supposed to laugh here.
Yeah.
Anyone? Ooh, you know what I mean? So that's been my pro tip.
Yeah, I think you just got to sit in that. You got to be comfortable. You know Dax Jordan?
Dax Jordan, number one grandson.
Dax is so funny, and he does such a great job of like, you know, he's just got a really great presence when he's out there. Like, I feel like he's always calm and chill, and I feel like I would just have to be like that if, like, you know, go out there and just have some confidence and just do it.
Dax
be nervous.
Jones, his album Number One Grandson, I actually bought on iTunes, and I was like,
cool.
Dax, I want to support you, man. I bought your album. He goes, why? It's you could stream it. I was like, you know what? That's on brand. On brand.
That's so funny. That's so funny.
Oh, man,
I haven't seen him in a while. Miss him.
We should probably link up. Maybe we do a skit together. What's up?
Yeah, there we go.
Well, it's heading up toward the end of 2021, my friend. And is there anything else on your travel bucket list or your foodie bucket list or anything that you want to tackle before the year's out?
I'm actually, for DJing, I get to go head out to Mexico, so that'll be fun. Yeah,
that counts. Yeah,
so that's cool. So I'm looking forward to that. Family, I got some family coming in town, so really looking forward to that. But now that everything's kind of opening up now, I think for me, I really want to get going on either acting in some film projects, or I'd love to get a spot on. I'll even take a co-star on TV, anything to kind of just get the creative juices going. And hopefully I'll shoot something by the end of the year. So just anything creative. If you need somebody creative, give me a call. So
modest, 9 different jobs. He's like, get the creative juices going. Okay. Well, thanks so much for being on the show, man. I appreciate you. Is there anywhere if anyone wanted to follow you, stalk you online, how to go about doing that?
You could just look me up at Just Andy Rossi, and that's JustAndyRossi.
I love it.